Well, we gather on this special day, the first Sunday in January, every year to set our intention for the new year and to choose a name or an attribute which really represents for us that which we intend to manifest, to reveal, to express in our lives in 2025. It's a brand new year. There's always an opportunity to choose. And there's just something symbolic about the new year to choose afresh. Like it's more meaningful, has a greater impact. And so this expression of the divine will be revealed to us perhaps in a greater way in 2025 than ever before. And you will have the opportunity to choose your word or to have your word come to you. You might even think you already know what it's going to be. You might be surprised. In the Bible, we're told of many name changes. There was Saul. Saul was a Pharisee, and he was one of the group of Jews who policed the boundary of the law and made sure that Jews were faithful to the laws of Moses. Saul, Saul actively persecuted the early followers of Jesus, doing his best to eliminate this fledgling movement, this radical teaching. The name Saul means personal will. And he saw this as his personal mission to absolutely persecute those who, in his mind, were violating the Jewish laws, the laws of Moses. And we're told that on the road to Damascus, where he was making this trip to further persecute the early Christians, we're told that Saul was struck to his knees, that he was blinded and remained blind for 3 days. And during that time, he was forced to look within himself, within his own heart. And he was given a new name at the time of his awakening. Saul, which means personal will, was transformed to the name Paul, which means enlightened will. Saul represents that human, small self, our ego. Not the ego that keeps us alive, but the ego that's overactive and can do damage in our lives. And he was forced to surrender to the divine. The ego was forced to surrender to the divine within. We're all 100% human and 100% divine. And in that surrender, Paul claimed divine power, his higher self, and his name became Paul, enlightened. And the story of name changes, it's very common in biblical mythology. Abraham, as he grew in spiritual awareness, became Abraham. Sarai became Sarah. Jacob was renamed Israel. And Simon was renamed Peter, which means faith, the power that we're looking at in the month of January. When we awaken to our inner spirit, we take on a new identity, a new name, so to speak. And this refers to the new, higher realization of the I am, the Christness, a new awareness of the God self, our inner Christ consciousness. And this is where the ceremony called the white stone comes in. For the white stone is an ancient ritual with a long history. Back in the time of Jesus, when someone served time in prison or in bondage of any kind, when they were released, they were given a white stone. Well, each one of us comes from bondage today, bondage to something, fears or doubts, deeply rooted false beliefs of limitation, or perhaps false grandiosity, thinking that we're all past that. Well, none of us are past all that. None of us are permanently free from moments of fears or doubts. It's all part of our human experience for all of us. And we are being given a white stone to signify our freedom of choice. our freedom to make a decision, to set that intention, our individual freedom to choose our thoughts and define how we experience our world and how our world is going to experience us, how we're going to express our divinity in our world. Well, this ceremony comes to us from the book of Revelation. We're looking at the 2nd chapter, and it is the 17th verse, where we are told, "And I will give a white stone, and on that stone a new name is written, which no one knows except the one who receives it." So I will give a white stone, and on that white stone will be written a new name that no one knows except the one who receives it. And we receive that guidance about our new name by turning within. So this is a time when it was believed that when people had overcome and had made their connection with the divine, they received a new name. And this name was given to them directly by God. No one else intervened. No one else was aware of the new name. It was a new nature. It was a freedom from bondage. Behold, the Christ of God in each of us says, "I make all things new. I make all things new." A new year, a new intention. And so in this ceremony, we'll be writing down a new name for ourselves. I like that Suzanne said it would be in pencil. You can also, as you write your new name, you might want to write the year. Suzanne made that suggestion this morning. For many of us have many white stones, and it might be nice to know what year we set that intention. Also, when you take it home, if you've got colored markers, there's other things that you want to do to brighten it up or to enhance it or to elaborate your stone, you can do that as well. It's a name, a quality, a divine expression, which we're guided to express more in this new year. So when we write the word peace or love or presence, we take on that essence of who we are. You've seen it happen. You've experienced it happening. That when you write that for your intention for the year and you place it where you can see it, it imprints on your heart, which then imprints in your thoughts, your words, and your deeds. And that's our holy desire. For this is not to be an experience of the intellect, but it's an intention from the heart. So as you hold your white stone in your hand, know that you are starting this new year. I'm going to get my stone. This new year with a clean slate. See it as a symbol of who you have become or of who you are becoming or who you would like to become. Now feel that stone in your hand. If you are sitting in the sanctuary now, you're holding a little white tile, and that stone came to us from Hebron, Israel. It's called a Jerusalem stone. It's traveled many miles to rest in the palm of your hand at this moment, just as you have traveled many miles on your own unique path to come to this place today. A white stone, a fresh start, a clean slate. That's what this tile represents. It's full of promise, potential, possibility, expectancy. Or you may have a stone that you have found to use for today. It too traveled a unique path to appear in your hand. Feel the energy of the stone. Rub your hands across the texture, the uneven places. For we each have those so-called imperfections. They make us perfectly who we are, just as your stone is perfect and fresh and waiting for you. The white stone in your hand signifies your freedom, freedom from bondage of old thoughts and beliefs. And so I invite you to consciously invite the activity of God, of spirit, of infinite love into your heart and mind for these next few minutes. You can allow your thoughts to bring ideas to mind about what you might choose, a new career, a new title, a new quality that Spirit is pressing out through you. I invite you to give your ego a few minutes of rest and let that divine holy self in you come through. Give yourself permission to know that you have a new quality, a new name. I invite you to rest into the music now, giving yourself permission to simply experience this process. And I will lead you in meditation following the music. As you become still, allow God to express through you and as you. I invite you to take that white stone in your hand and envision it as a symbol of a new life. Behold, the Christ of God in each of us says, I will make all things new. And that is meant for you. I invite you to meditate on what you're being called to in this new year and claim that as your new name. You can affirm, I am about to walk into the most exciting and soul-nourishing year of my life. And as you are guided by Spirit, I invite you to trust in this now moment. As Spirit gives to you in this sacred place, in this moment of truth, an insight into your divine purpose, an insight into your holy essence. In that secret place of the Most High, I invite you to allow yourself to hear the new name that God has for you. And as that name becomes clear, just allow yourself to write it. Open your eyes and write on your stone. It may be a title. It might be something like published author, cleaner and sober, grateful, peacemaker. Whatever comes to you, it will feel fresh and new, inspired by Spirit. And if it doesn't come to you now, it will today. A thankfulness flows over us as we receive our new name. Along with it comes the power and the guidance to achieve all that we desire. This is our new name. We see it. We decree it. We claim it. We are on the path to gaining greater insights and awareness and mark a new beginning. And from this moment, anytime you look at your white stone, remember that you have the gift of choice, the gift to live differently, to live a more fulfilling life, to make a different choice, to begin anew, to connect with God, to co-create with God. And so that is, absolutely. Take a breath. You have done well. And if a name has not come to you yet, allow the space for it to be revealed by the end of the day. And you can write your name upon the stone when it comes to you. And it will.